Okay, so here we are. This is the last 100 babies in 100 days. We do have our 100 babies, and we just need to get them to be adults and move out. And once it gets to a certain point, I guess it just gets to be a grind. So our matriarch, who's that, Dana? She's got a lot of traits at this point. She very rarely pees, very rarely gets hungry, trying to get up some of her skills. It's weird that sometimes during pregnancy, even if you have steel bladder, you have to keep going to the bathroom. I don't know if that's a glitch or if that's intentional. The sad room I'm very happy with, so I think I waited too long to realize that I needed a sad room. But especially if you're doing the 100 baby challenge, the siblings who've never even met each other before get super sad. I feel like if you haven't lived in the house with them, you shouldn't get that sad. Whatever. And of course, we've got tons of moodlet solvers and sleep replacement potions that we never use, so we can certainly give them to those kids, but they should probably be fine for school. The biggest issue is when it holds them back academically. Oh, he's just at, okay. He's sad because he's in the sad room. Well, he'll be out of there soon. I've got all my money trees. Some people don't bother with money trees because I do think one money tree by itself is really not all it's worth. I feel like they get diseased and die much more easily than other plants, which, makes sense. So spending 5,000 satisfaction points on them can seem like a waste, but once you do the cuttings, I feel like that's where you get the most bang for your buck, where you can just get those money fruits, or and put those onto hardier plants. Okay, so it looks like flower arranging isn't affected by vicarious. So the matriarch, Dana, she does have vicarious, which means she's supposed to learn traits, the same traits her kids are learning. But it seems like, there are some limitations. So singing is not affected by vicarious, and it seems flower arranging is not affected by vicarious. And she's down the stairs. I hate when they go downstairs. It just takes so long for them to get back up. So we got a lot of money. We're just gonna see who we can give it to. So these are a couple of the worlds or families. They've got, okay, they're short. Okay. So a couple of these families are maxed out because as I moved kids over, I moved money over, and I've got a lot of money. Gotta raise a new skill for Dana. Not many she doesn't have. So photography works. When you do the money trees, you can take a cutting and do the money fruits, and you can get the money fruits from those other plants. Or you can just plant them and get lots of money trees, like I have. So it's almost time for school. Should be the last school day. They're looking happy, looking well cared for. They've done their projects. That helps. So I guess at the end of this 100 baby challenge, again, I did it in one generation. 100 human days. Of course, some days I played longer than others. In terms of raising the kids, the infants are definitely still a challenge. It doesn't seem that that's singing is annoying. It doesn't seem like EA has done anything to fix infant needs, so I guess locking them in a room, I would say, to start, until you don't need any sleep at all, ever, which I would love to do in real life. But yeah, lock your infants in a room, and then you won't have to worry about them calling you. For kids, getting those projects done early, if you have the time, especially since they usually require 2 days to age up. Just spend that one full day they have after age up just getting your projects sorted, because then they only need a couple minutes, especially as they go from middle school to high school. It seems like they just get zonked with their energy. I remember being bored when I came home from school, but not exhausted like these kids are. I don't know. And then I guess not much else. We're going to have a birthday party for these guys, finally. As you've seen, I just kept reusing cakes for all my kids. I'm going to bring over all my other kids and they can have a party, and that'll be fun. And they'll be all jealous. Like, why did we have to eat leftover cake? And I guess one of the things that I learned in this play, and especially with the infants, with the rollout of the infants, I think I'm just disappointed in EA right now. Like, I'm not saying I've never been not disappointed in EA, but the infant life stage, I'm sure I said this in the first video or second video, is I don't think there's not that much there. Infants are fun. Infants are super fun in general, unless you have some kid who has a specific problem like colic or whatever. Infants are so chill, and they're more fun than babies. They're not as much work as toddlers, and EI has flipped that on its head. And it's been, what, 3-4 months since it was since they first rolled out infants, and I'm not noticing any updates to fix all the problems. I see their new stuff packs coming out, so they got money to spend on some programming. And I've been disappointed by updates in the past, but I don't think I've been so disappointed as the updates that have come out in the last couple months, including infants, not limited to infants, but including infants. And I'm not saying it's a terrible game, but it's way too glitchy. And doing this challenge, like I said, it's just ends up just being a grind because I don't have any cheats installed. The hardest thing is to roll with the glitches, not actual goals. Goals are easy to get, and I just don't think that's a payoff. I kind of want a challenge. I mean, I went into this 100 babies in 100 days, and I'm like, no, I don't think that's going to be hard. And I think I went off on some side projects. I kept Belinda a little bit longer than I needed to. That helped me get the matriarch trait, which helped the learning, which helped things along. But I think even if I hadn't done that, I still would be at this point, and we would have gotten it done in 100 days. You know, I either spent time to get this reward trait, or if I didn't get the reward trait, then that time would have been put into the future kids. And of course, we had a lot of weekends where we just weren't doing anything with our kids, because whatever. But anyway, so it kind of makes me think about EA and this game. And I think it's addictive. And some of the videos are a little bit longer because I just didn't want to stop playing, but again, I want more of I think I want more of a challenge. And I'm not gonna stop playing, but usually every year I let myself buy a new pack, treat myself, and I'm just at the point where I'm not really interested in giving them money anymore, because this game is, I've paid for this game. I don't want to pay for anything else. I paid for cottage living. I hardly ever use it. Paid for eco lifestyle. Hardly ever use it because it's not It's same thing, new town. And maybe that's just me. Maybe it's because most of everything I do, I just stay in one house. I picked the lot I like the best, and I just stay there. Oh, I didn't even notice he peed himself. Oh, the autonomy. Don't get me started on the autonomy. You know, you put autonomy on and they don't care if they pee themselves. You take autonomy off and they're still going to the infants. So I think a lot of improvements could be made to the game, and it's not that it's an imperfect product. I don't think it's ever going to be a perfect product. I don't think most things can be a perfect product, but I think the thing that annoys me the most is that they are obviously like they moved on, but not completely. Like if they just moved on and made Sims 5, oh, if they just moved on and made Sims 5, that would be one thing. But they're not fixing the issues with Sim 4, but they're still Sims 4. But they're still releasing packs that people are going to buy. It's just so... Give them a hug. Give all my kids a hug. All my living kids who are still willing to see me. Yahtzee boo. Oh no, now they're leaving. I don't know who that guy is.
Ya people squad, Drenif, Quahabin, May Booth,
All my money trees again. Sell all, Supercell. All my babies. So since we had home births, we don't have birth certificates. But as you saw, I painted them. Okay, time to move them out. I do want to move some of this money over and... Okay. So they're maxed out. Oh, but shoot, there's too large. Okay, so we'll move him back. Okay, last kids. This kid 100 getting moved out. And I'm so anal that I need to go back and move his brother in with him. So I don't like splitting up twins and triplets. So we'll bring him back. And then move him into the other house with his brother. And that's it. 100 babies, 99 days, complete. Disappointed in EA. Yay! This has been so hard to, even with minimal editing, this has been so hard to stay on top of. So I'm glad it's done. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. It's exciting. Bye, Dana.